Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is now much more widely known. Therefore, many children and adults who have varying degrees of social communication difficulties are being put forward for a diagnosis. Autism is known as a spectrum disorder because there is a wide variation in the types and severity of symptoms people experience. ASD occurs in all ethnic, racial, and economic groups. Although ASD is a lifelong condition, intervention and services can improve a person's symptoms and ability to function. Autism is a condition that you are born with. Autism means that you think and experience the world differently than the majority of others. It means that you can behave differently than most others, and you might have various strengths and challenges. Some autistic characteristics, for example, can make it difficult to express yourself in social situations. Yet you may be highly informed and enthusiastic about issues that interest you. Every autistic person is unique and has their own set of experiences. There are nevertheless some qualities that most autistic persons share. For example, the way you use language and talk might be different to most people. You may use facial expressions, tone of voice, and gestures, hand and body movements differently to other people. Making and maintaining friendships might be difficult for you. You may be good at seeing patterns or solutions and be good at seeking solutions to problems that other people might not. You might have set ways of doing things and find it difficult to do them differently. Autistic people are often very good at understanding and working with structured systems. For example, language, music, and computers. You might avoid or seek out certain sensations like loud noises or specific textures more than most people and experience them more strongly. There might be some foods you particularly enjoy and eat a lot, and other that you can't be around due to their texture or smell. When working on projects, you might find it difficult to think about the project as a whole. You may do a great job on your part of a group project, but struggle to imagine how it fits in with everyone else's part. While autistic people can be good at paying attention to detail, you might find it difficult to leave out details that are accurate but not needed when talking to people or working on projects. Autistic people can be very determined and driven and keep going with tasks or problems when other people may give up. You might find you are always determined to make sure things are perfect and sometimes forget to eat or sleep if you're working on something. It can be difficult for autistic people to work in groups when there isn't clear communication about what they are expected to do. At the moment, it is observed that boys are diagnosed with autism more often than girls. However, recognizing autism can take longer for girls because the signs healthcare professionals look for in an autistic person are the same for all. But girl children often show different characteristics. Girls can be more likely to mask autism. They learn how to hide autistic traits and copy what people without autism do to fit into groups. So getting a diagnosis becomes harder for them. Some environments can be challenging for autistic people because they experience and interact with the world differently. Every autistic person may find different things particularly difficult, but the most common examples can be social situations with no distinct timetable or clearly stated rules, attending social gatherings, parties, festivals can be particularly difficult. Some environments may also allow autistic people to feel comfortable and be themselves. If they are in an environment with people who understand them and their needs, they are likely to feel more relaxed and happy, perform better at tasks assigned to them, can learn easily, use less time and effort to fit in with the environment. Suppose you are the parent or caregiver or a teacher of an autistic child. In that case, you can ask how they felt in situations or look for signs of discomfort during or after being in different environments. Autistic children can often communicate best with those closest to them about what they enjoy and don't enjoy. Although it is said or research has shown that nearly 20% people on the autistic spectrum can be nonverbal. So autism is extremely variable. As I said earlier, the word spectrum refers to how autism is experienced differently by different people. It is considered a spectrum because it's different for every autistic person. Some autistic people might need more additional support than others. Many people diagnosed with autism prefer using the term autistic to describe themselves. This is known as an identity first language. For example, I am autistic. They consider autism to be part of their identity, not a condition to be treated. People have used the term person on the autism spectrum for a long time, and some people still prefer this. In the past, autism was broken down into several different diagnoses, including Asperger's syndrome, autistic disorder, Cano syndrome, childhood autism, atypical autism, pervasive development disorder not otherwise specified, PDD-NOS. These diagnoses were abolished and replaced with autism spectrum disorder, or autism for short, because they all had autistic-like traits. The phrase autism spectrum disorder is also used as autism spectrum condition, ASC. Now, how common is autism? Autism is a common condition. In countries like India, diagnosis is a challenge. But in developed countries, 1 in 50 children can have autistic traits. Autism is present from birth, but it is not always recognized or diagnosed until later in life. Even if you don't get diagnosed until you are an adult, having a diagnosis can help you identify your strengths and weaknesses, as well as find support.